The Rockford Park District manages nearly 5,000 acres and 200 facilities. 5 people oversee those areas, but voters decide who sits on the district's board.
2 out of the 5 Park District board seats are up for grabs in tomorrow's consolidated election. WIFR's Nathaniel Langley meets the candidates with familiar and fresh faces in this year's race.
It's the part of the ballot you might get to and scratch your head. But the Park District's Board of Commissioners play a crucial role when deciding how the area plays.
The Rockford Park District is one of, if not the greatest asset our community has.
A Rockford Park District race not on the track, but in the ballot box.
Our mission is a simple one, right? Helping people enjoy life. Who wouldn't want to be part of that?
This election, there's 3 candidates, but 2 open seats on the board. Those running for re-election set their sights on neighborhood parks.
Neighborhood parks are the #1 priority. To help that go through, to move, and we know that we're investing in our neighborhood parks, that's key for me.
To make the neighborhood park more accessible, better for the citizens.
A commissioner serves for 6 unpaid years. This would be Jack Armstrong's 4th term.
I feel that I can still continue to do many of the things that the Park District needs to have done.
I will be an advocate to ensure diversity, inclusion.
Gerald Albert runs for the first time, a former program coordinator with the district.
I'm a hard worker, but I also have a keen insight and pulse for the community.
The board oversees an $80 million budget. Carter, Armstrong, and Albert believe they're ready to keep the district on the right track.
I would just want to ensure to continue that status for the community. The Park District has something for everyone.
The district accepts public feedback no matter if it's election season or not. You can share your thoughts in a survey on its website.
Thank you, Nathaniel. And the Park District has won the National Gold Medal Award for Excellence in Parks and Recs 3 times. It's the 3rd largest district of its kind in Illinois.